Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome into race number 9 here for LSRL Season 7 here at the Bristol Motor Speedway, Thunder Valley, for 250 laps here this evening. 2 laps of qualifying. The stage break will occur on lap number 80. They have a 70% fuel capacity, 4 tire sets, and 2 green-white checkers tonight to settle it. And as always, got my co-commentator Art up in the booth with me. How we doing tonight?
Little better now, but my monitor shut off.
Oh, wow. What's up, Ryan? Appreciate that. You'll be getting no ads for the duration of tonight's on-track action. But these drivers are getting their last few practice laps in, so we'll go ahead and take you right in to that on-track action. Currently top of the board in practice is John Furnass with a 14.97, the only one into the 14s. But Joshua Lawton, only 32 hundredths of a second. How we doing, Chris? 30 seconds left in practice. And it is tight at the top before we go ahead and get into qualifying. With 2 races left in the regular season, let's take a quick look at your championship standings as we try and set the field for the playoffs here in 2 weeks. Jonathan Schwartz has a 1-point lead over Randy Arms and a 3-point lead over Glenn Murphy Jr. And then it kind of spreads out just a bit down to 4th position Josh Lambert. Corey Blevins, Tony Scarbo, John Furnass, Michael Davis, and Ryan Tiller. Pretty much all the way down to Dylan Bird will be fighting for that last spot, number 8 in the playoffs. But we'll see what anyone can do. Really, you would say, it took too long. Really, you could say even almost down to Eric Shields. If he has 2 good weeks, he could sneak in. Maybe even Samuel Demien. It's going to be fascinating to track that battle for the top 8 as we go for the race for the championship. It'll be Bristol and Texas to settle it. But right now, before any of that, it's time for qualifying.
I just need Daniel Hashey to come out and set 2 of the greatest races like he's ever done. Go back to back and just try and get himself on the cusp.
Absolutely. First man to set a timed lap will be Josh Lambert. 2 laps will go by pretty much instantaneously here. Joshua Lawton already at the top of the board on 1 lap. Here's Randy Arms. On his 2nd lap, what can he do? He'll slot in 2nd, 7,700ths back. Ryan Tiller needs a good night in the 23 Taco Bell machine. If you haven't already noticed, it is throwback night for the LSRL guys. Ryan Tiller improves to 8th on his 2nd lap.
Ooh, that Ryan Tiller scheme is actually really
that
nice.
Taco Bell car looking very good.
But one of my favorites so far of the night was Corey Blevins' 13 machine.
Jonathan Schwartz on a very nice Pennzoil throwback. See what he can do here on his 2nd lap. And he'll stay 10th quickest. He is the only one on track. He's running practice laps at a reduced rate of speed, but John Furnass, Joseph Murata, Wayne Ruprack, Chris Pinder, Adam Kilday, and Travis DeLeon electing to not come out of the pits just yet. So we'll see if anyone else makes a run at qualifying. They have plenty of time for Bristol. 14-second lap time, if you can hit it. So still time to get out on track. Right now, Jonathan Schwartz is your entire source of entertainment right now. Oh, don't stop. Nope. And it's over. All right. There's John Furnass in the 82. Made his return to on-track action last weekend. He's going to let it rip. his outlap, building up the speed through turn 3 and 4. And he'll set off. Trying to beat a 14.996 from Joshua Lawton. We'll see what he's got in the 82 machine. But a very good first sector there. Joseph Murata on track as well. On Furness on his first lap. 1,500 slower. Can he improve? Not in the first sector. Through 3 and 4. Car looks planted through the apex. On his second lap. Unable to improve. Here's Joseph Murata. On his first lap. Taking a different line. Slightly lower. Through turns 3 and 4. And he'll slot into the 11th position. Back end starting to slide out just a little bit there. Loose out of turn number 4, and he will still stay in the 11th position for the 5 machine of Joseph Murata. Well, that should be qualifying. Wayne Ruprecht, Chris Pinder, Adam Kilday, Travis DeLeon electing not to set a qualifying time here this evening, but Joshua Lott in the 55, one of 4 Toyotas in the field, going to take pole position here this evening with a very good lap. The only man to get down into the 14s, 14.996 will do it, and he will be your pole sitter here this evening. See if we can get a quick word from him. Looks like he's down in the lobby. Go ahead and pull him up. Joshua Lawton, you got a copy. This is YJ Media in the booth.
I got you.
You were quick in practice and even quicker in qualifying. The only man to get into the 14s with a .996. Going to be starting out front. You think you got the long run speed to hold off the guys behind you this evening?
Yeah, actually, that's usually where I accelerate. So, or excel, excuse me. So yeah, I think so. Just keep the nose clean, keep tires underneath it. I got 80 laps till the first stage caution, so just gonna ride here and keep the thing turning and hopefully be there at the end.
Absolutely. Well, good luck tonight, sir.
All right, thank you.
He's halfway there, got the pole. Now he just needs to convert it after 250 laps at the last great Coliseum Thunder Valley Bristol Motor Speedway. Over the course of 250 laps.
Just a short 125 miles. And I've noticed something like missing, or at least someone missing from the entries list. Glenn Murphy Jr. One of the, he's been a front runner, multiple time winner. Not here tonight.
Let's take another quick look at your championship standings. Yes, third in points. He'll be safe from that top 8. Won't have any worries there, missing a week. No problems there, but any hope of a regular season title pretty much out the window. Jonathan Schwartz will be down in the 12th position. Randy Arms will be in the 3rd position. So advantage Randy Arms for the time being.
You say it's a long race. It's only 125 miles. These are really short laps.
Yeah, they'll probably be running mid-15s, maybe 16 seconds once the tire wear starts to hit. It'll go by very quick, especially if we can get some green flag racing in. But there's your battle for the top 8. Ryan Tiller says he sucks at this racetrack. Dude, is Michael Davis in the field here this evening?
I don't believe he is.
So
another name missing.
Vantage to Ryan Tiller there. Adam
I also
Kilday
don't
also has
see any
an
Michael Jeans. I believe Dylan Bird's also missing. He asked about a substitute driver. No substitute drivers allowed.
There'll be 2 pace laps here for this field of 16.
I still feel so bad about saying that Ryan Tiller's not my favorite throwback car, but still going to stick with 13.
I haven't actually had a chance to see Corey Blevins. Where's he at? And that Pepsi. Oh, that's a good one. Yeah. Got the 29 machine. Tony Scarbo looking very good as well. Samuel Demien. Very good looking field here this evening. Andy Arms bringing the heat. They're all looking good out there
All
tonight.
right, just before we get going green, can you pick a race winner?
Can I pick a race winner? I'm going to go with our pole sitter, Joshua Lawton.
I'm going to take Furnace.
It took the front row, really dug deep for that one.
Oh, yeah.
Side by side off of turn number 2. Who's going to have the advantage as we head down into turn number 3, way up the racetrack for that 82. That'll allow Lawton to get clear.
Ooh, they're both pretty high up the track. Nathaniel was looking on the inside of Furnace.
This is a very good starting position. Kind of went under the radar with all the other festivities, Throwback Week, and the race for the top 8, but a fantastic start for Nathaniel Landwehr. Will slide into the 3rd position. Adam Kilday already up 2 spots. He's your biggest mover so far. Keep an eye on him and Ryan Tiller as they'll be battling for that 8th and final transfer spot. It's Michael Davis unable to participate tonight, so that'll move Ryan Tiller up automatically. Even with a last place finish, he would get that 8th spot. So we're tied on points coming into tonight. Emil Demien as well. Needs a strong run, but he sits currently inside the top 5. Side by side just ahead of him. Already 6 laps complete. Joshua Lawton has led them all, already up to a half a second lead.
There was a big ol' sin from Nathaniel there. Got real close to the back bumper of John Furnace.
You can see already multiple lanes being used. Randy Arms trying to make that low line work. Nathaniel Landwehr up top. Emil Demien kind of just in the middle of those two, but you can see there, the 66 getting that run off the top side. Randy Arms employing the shortest way around the racetrack. Doesn't have the momentum out of the corners, though, to make the pass work just yet. But in clean air, Joshua Lawton kind of running that middle lane, letting it roll. John Furnace taking up a lane higher.
Ooh, Samuel Demien, he's been running that high side. He's going to get around. He's at least side by side with Randy Arms.
Gonna put him up 2 places. The 13, Corey Blevins, 26 of Josh Lambert. Might also see this as an opportunity to pick up some spots. Randy Arms kind of hung out on that low side of the racetrack.
He's stuck his ground on that bottom, and it's really not paid off for him.
At least not in the short term, but most of these drivers running that high side. You can see the 13. Look at that run midway through the corner. That'll put him up 2 spots. Yeah, Randy Arms down 3 spots in the early going.
Well, fun fact, Joshua Lawton said his throwback is throwing back to his championship car.
No better way to do it. John Furnace has actually run him down after his 0.2 of a second. And now it's nothing. 1 car length separating the 82 and the 55. Now that the 82 is there, the 55 has changed his line to the bottom side of the racetrack. So very interesting there to note. 82 going to be looking for the run off the top side, though.
Furnace is getting so close to that outside wall. He's trying to get everything that the car will give to him.
55 coming up to take his line away, so Lawton looking for grip in every which part of the racetrack. Here in these opening 15 laps, tried the top, tried the bottom. 82 now trying to take a peek to the inside. As they somewhat settled out behind them.
Got a driver redemption for Christopher Pender.
Chris Pender is up 1 spot to the 13th position. So battling side by side with Eric Shields for the 12th position. Got a good looking race car.
Ooh, we got a battle for the lead, side by side.
Furnace got his nose inside. Now they're side by side through turns 3 and 4. 55 going to have that run off the top side, though. We'll stretch that advantage out to about a car length and a half. This is bringing Nathaniel Landwehr into the mix as well. He's only 6.5 tenths back. That is a very good-looking race car from the 24 of Chris Pender. It'd look even better under the lights. A little bit of a shine to it. Very good looking cars. CMS boys always bring great looking cars.
I was just gonna say, is De Leon's a junior throwback?
Let's take a quick peek at it. You'd have to think it is. He resides in the 14th position.
Looks like it's an MLB All-Star Game throwback,
Yeah,
but it sure looks like...
Yeah, the gap between these two was half a second. Back again down. Yeah, I don't know. I just know that it looks good. I could never reproduce it myself. Wayne Ruprecht has gone 1 lap down in the 71 machine. Only man 1 lap down thus far. They do a heck of a nice job on those race cars. A couple of drivers up 2 spots. Samuel Demien, Corey Blevins, who's side-by-side with Josh Lambert. He's trying to get that low lane to work. Not working out for him. Randy Arms right into the mix.
How long until we start seeing a little bit of bump drafting here at Bristol?
Bump and run. Too early to tell, but...
I didn't mean to wreck him. I just meant to rattle his cage.
They're all pretty much packed up together. Almost everyone has someone to battle on the racetrack. Interesting, though. They all kind of...
I mean, Samuel Demian's kind of alone right now.
Yeah, he'll take a 4th place, though. Got 7 car lengths ahead of him, 7 car lengths back. You're all clear, driver. A very nice sit-go scheme.
Ooh, big sin from Randy Arms. Is he going to be able to make it stick and have any power out of the corner? Ooh.
That's what Eric Shields is facing right now, as he tried to get around Joseph Murata as well. So very hard to pass on that low side of the racetrack, at least in the opening 27 laps.
Ooh, Arms is really close to the back bumper of the 26 machine of Lambert.
We saw he was willing to, he was the first man to try and go down to that bottom side of the racetrack, so we know he wants to make some moves. He's down 4 spots, kind of got stuck on that bottom, so he's going to be trying to get back up towards that top 5. He is making that bottom, trying to make it work, trying to get some grip on that bottom side of the racetrack. He's sending it in very deep on corner entry.
Ooh, Lambert's got it a shot now on Blevins. He might have to come up and make him uncomfortable.
13 got a little tight, had to step out of the gas. That'll let the 26 get clear. Can he fight back? Good pass there. Left each other just enough room. Very nice move there from the 26 of Josh Lambert. Randy Arms now trying to do the same thing. Let's drive it in deep into turns number 1 and 2. There's Jonathan Schwartz as well. He's up 4 spots. Got right around Tony Skebber there. Let's take another look at that. Drove it in very deep.
Ooh, Randy Arms just got loose out of the corner, and that's going to give it not for Schwartz to make the pass.
Yeah, we were looking at the battle between Corey Blevins and Randy Arms, and Jonathan Schwartz entered stage right. Tony Skebber, nothing he could have done there, but Schwartz definitely has the long run speed right now. He is up 5 positions, and he is rolling beautifully through the middle of the corner. 26 might have gotten a piece of the wall there. Look at that 58. He is moving through this field, making the bottom look effortless. Randy Arms saying, hey, I've been trying to do that for 30 laps already. 58 definitely taking care of his stuff.
Ooh, the caution is out.
Eric Shields and Joseph Murata. Oh, huge damage to the back of that 5 machine. Stuck in a very precarious spot on the racetrack. Let's take a look at what happened. We saw this battle take place a little bit earlier. Ooh.
Just 2 drivers coming together, both expecting more space from the other.
See that the 5 drives it in pretty deep. Going to come down. The 1 going to come up. Contact made. A little bit of net code sends him flying. Or Chris Pinder, nowhere to go. Take a look here. This will tell you a good story how this battle was forming. Down into turn number 3 and 4. Joseph Murata on the high side, driving again pretty deep. Middle of the corner. Eric Shields backed up his entry. He's going to get a good run on exit. The 5 going to have a slightly compromised corner exit. And with all that, they just kind of meet in the middle. I'd say maybe Eric Shields came up just a tiny bit more, but some wicked netcode there sends Murata into the fence. Chris Pinder just nowhere to go. Gonna get damage on the left and right front there. Let's take a look on the onboard here. Chris Pinder. Nowhere from that 24 to go. Decent enough save, though, once that contact was made to not hit anything else. We'll see how much damage these guys can get fixed, though, but obviously at Bristol, it's not going to be enough. We've already had our first strategy call, though. To go back up front, Joshua Lott and John Furnass. Still 1 and 2.
Well, the big problem we've seen with the Xfinity car this season is it doesn't like aero damage, but how much does aero mean, you know, at a track that's only a half mile?
Right, 15 seconds, 15 and a half seconds, roughly. Don't need a whole lot of top-end speed. I believe Wayne Ruprecht, no, he's still on track.
I believe everyone's still on track.
Travis Daly on, Joseph Murata had to spend lengthy amount of time on pit road. But let's take a look at your pit strategy thus far through the first 35 laps of the race. Top 6 stayed out. Corey Blevins and everyone behind him came down for 4 fresh tires and Sunoco Racing Fuel. It'll be a very interesting second half of our one and only stage. Look for Corey Blevins, Jonathan Schwartz. We know he loves a good strategy call. We'll see them flying up through the field. Joseph Murata still on pit road. Has been there for about 2 minutes. Wayne Ruprecht and Travis Daly on, both back out on track. Daly on 2 laps down, Ruprecht 3 laps down. Pace car is off. Let's crank it up for you here as we get back to green flag on lap number 39. They're able to survive our crank it up curse. Randy Arms right back down to the bottom of the racetrack.
I just want to say it was shocking. Jonathan Schwartz, Ryan Taylor, and Tony Scarpa were 3 wide for a second, and caution's out.
Oh, Corey Blevins and Randy Arms. Just as we looked away to see what Schwartz was doing on those fresh tires, Randy Arms, just another case of meeting in the middle. Oh, big damage to the 13.
I think Blevins was trying to come down because they were coming up on Ryan Taylor, who I think caught the wall.
Definitely caught a piece of that wall there in the 23 machine.
So 13 just wanted to come down and like.
But the 8 comes up. Look at that though. Look at that last angle.
Oh wow.
Definitely Randy Arms. They were both on fresh tires too, trying to get everything they could on that restart. Here's the definitive angle. Could definitely say at the last moment that 13 comes down, but obviously the 8 comes off the bottom. Maybe thought he'd be running right up against the wall, but that is not the case. And big damage to that 13 machine, one of the best looking cars out here. Huge front end damage to the 8 of Randy Arms as well. And that's good news for Travis Daly on though, because he was 2 laps down. Now he'll be 1 lap down with a guaranteed stage caution at lap number 80.
So do these front runners believe that they can make it to the end on fuel? Not to the end, but, to the stage.
Yeah, obviously a bigger fuel tank here at these tracks, but Corey Blevins going to be on pit road for an extended time here. Pinder will be able to fix more damage. I actually had that backwards. Pinder was involved in the wreck. Our first caution of the night. Stayed on the lead lap. His teammate, Travis DeLeon, who was not involved in any wreck that we were aware of, was 2 laps down, but with a perfectly clean-looking race car. So just had to spend an extended amount of time on pit road. But he is in line for the lucky dog on lap number 80 here. Just depends. Adam Kildare will come back out. Corey Blevins will actually also be able to stay on the lead lap. Just little by little, though. Not going to have a front clip at all. We'll see how long he's even able to make somewhat competitive speed. But Jonathan Schwartz is making those fresh tires work very well. He was up to the 5th position. He's up 7 spots, and he is moving on those 4 fresh tires. So could very easily see the 58 take another stage win here.
I think it would be a pretty big fight to get through Furness and Lund. I think they might be, trying to scrap and maintain their positions.
We'll see, though. 35 lap fresher tires. We didn't really get to see a representative lap time comparison as the caution came out. We'll see what he can do now. Lights are out on top of the pace car, going back to green flag racing on lap number 48. Joshua Lawton and John Furness still your top 2. 13 cars on the lead lap. Travis Daly on 1 lap down. Wayne Ruprack and Joseph Murata multiple laps down. Good to see that Randy Arms was also able to stay on the lead lap as well. Pace car is off. Joshua Lawton is away with a great jump. And he'll be clear heading off into turn number 1. Let's take a look here at Schwartz already. Going to try and wrap the bottom to the 4th position. Almost at a nose, side by side for 3rd.
Got a lot more grip than, the rest of these drivers right now.
Just can clear that
still
26.
Does not have the runoff.
26 fighting back hard on that outside. 58 should be clear this time. 26 is in the wall. Tony Scarbo, Samuel Demien. This is going to get hairy. It survived for now. Jonathan Schwartz.
Oh, here comes Randy Arms. There's damage on that car, but, as I was talking about, not a lot of aero matters here.
Didn't matter as much. There's only slight contact for that 8 machine as compared to Corey Blevins, but here comes Jonathan Schwartz. He's already cleared up to 3rd. Inside for 2nd. On John Furness. And look at him just roll the bottom. Nothing they're going to be able to do about it.
I think Lawton might try and put up a little more of a fight, but no.
Not on 35 lap older tires. I mean, he does for at least 1 lap, but now that he's there, rolls the middle of the corner, and he is cleared by 2 car lengths. It's something I admire it. Jonathan Schwartz literally does this every week, and they let him do it. Chris Pinder also on fresh tires, charging his way up through the field. Good to see after being involved in that first caution. Got most of that damage fixed. A little bit of a right front crinkle. Doesn't matter here at Bristol. And that 24 machine is motoring. Pinder, another one of these drivers that likes to take some strategy gambles. Get those stage points. He's closing in on Nathaniel Landwehr. Randy Arms, despite his damage on lap number 1, still maintaining some pretty competitive speed. He's got a little bit more damage than Pinder does on that right front.
There is a chance that Pinder could get up to P2. He is currently running laps faster than Lawton and Furness.
He was half a second quicker last lap than Nathaniel Landwehr. It's all about that roll through the middle of the corner, no contest.
If he can make these tires last for another 20 laps.
Especially because the 55 and the 82 are starting to battle. Chris Pinder's only 4/10 of a second behind. He's just going to be able to wrap
Philly
that.
B now?
Take a quick look at your lap time history and just show you the difference. Pinder, 3/10 quicker a lap than John Furnass. Nathaniel Landwehr even quicker than that. No contest for third. Just gonna roll the bottom again. And look at that. Even when passing John Furnass, he was still 16/100ths of a second quicker. Obviously, Chris Pinder, another one of these ARS guys. We see him on Monday and Tuesday nights, side by side for second.
He was 2/10 faster last lap.
He's just rolling the middle so much better.
The problem is he has to keep it up until lap 80.
He's just slowly making more and more progress, though. That last lap, only 61/100ths, but it'll be a little harder to pass once you get there. Adam Kilday also on fresh tires. Next one up after that would be Randy Arms on those fresh tires. And then back down to Eric Shields, who obviously has some huge left side damage, as well as Corey Blevins with no front clip. But Pinder's still hanging tough. They've kind of stabilized in terms of lap times. 15 laps for the stage. Lawton putting up a heck of a fight on these older tires. But Jonathan Schwartz, Chris Pinder, and Adam Kilday all on this same strategy. They are each up 11 spots. Jonathan Schwartz going to put Corey Blevins, the first man, 1 lap down. Travis DeLeon needs to hold on for 14 more laps. Don't think he'll be able to do so, though. And that is to Samuel Demien, who needs to get around Eric Shields if he wants a chance to stay on the lead lap. Pinder changing his lineup a little bit. You can see the lap times start to even out.
Yeah, he's looking all over for any amount of grip that he can find.
Not finding enough of a run off the bottom, trying to transition to the middle. He's still quicker, but by nowhere near as much.
Ooh, he caught a piece of the apron there. I don't think that's going to help him.
He's still rolling the middle. Last lap, Lawton was actually a little bit quicker, but nevertheless, a great strategy call. It looks to have him get at worst a third-place finish, unless Adam Kilday can get around this 82 machine.
I mean, their lap times have also been pretty identical, but he's got a little bit on the bottom, but he doesn't have the run.
82 fighting back on that outside. 14 trying to wrap the middle. Still further back here, Josh Lambert holding off Randy Arms. Oh, super close there. So they're rapidly approaching. You can see there, Jonathan Schwartz, with the benefit of clean air, is running 2 to 3/10 quicker a lap almost. He's going to come up here to lap Ryan Tiller on those fresh tires. Wayne Ruprecht goes another lap down. So it wasn't even Eric Shields and Samuel Demien he had to worry about. It's Tony Scarba that might have to look in his rearview mirror. .58 machine.
Well, a piece that might play into the the second place battle. They are catching lap traffic a little bit. They got around Corey Blevins pretty easily.
Don't think Tony's going to have to worry about being put a lap down here, with only 4 laps to go till the stage. But Jonathan Schwartz on those fresh tires, lapped up to Ryan Tiller, Eric Shields, Samuel Demien, who were pretty competitive. it must be said, but just got caught out on a tire difference, and they're going to be multiple guys fighting for this lucky dog when we go back to green. Coming to 3 laps to go before the stage, and it's only half a straightaway. If these guys keep fighting it out, they just might be in a little bit of trouble. See, there's the 58.
He's on screen.
It's looking out the gearbox, it has got to be at least a second.
And he's running half a second faster now than
I would be very
Scarbo
concerned. Well, Scarbo doesn't really have to worry. It's Ryan Tiller who's going to be worrying right now. It's a matter of when the caution comes out. How hard do you want to fight it?
Not hard that much at all, maybe.
29 is going to have his lap 80. When's the caution going to come out? He's clear.
He's ahead.
29 trying to fight back. Ryan Tiller needs this. And he's going to get lapped. Randy Arms might be in danger as well. Off of turn number 4. Caution is out. Randy Arms by about 0.02 of a second will be safe. And heartbreak for Ryan Tiller. That was a very interesting end to that stage there.
Laid out differently than we thought. It wasn't necessarily a battle for, the stage win as much as it was seeing who the leader would get up to.
Also, Joshua Lawton able to hold off Chris Pinder. John Furnass able to hold off Adam Kildhay.
Like, another potential strategy call here. If Shorts doesn't want to, he could just not pit. And, cause, all these drivers.
They have to wait for the pace car.
Yeah.
There it is.
Shorts pits, yeah.
Do that to get to pit road. Had to wait on that pace car. But everybody's in. Tony Scarbo will obviously be the lucky dog. Actually, it's showing Scarbo as a wave around. So would that give Ryan Tiller... Very interesting with how that had to happen there. Tiller's going to stay out on the racetrack. So will Scarbo.
It's showing Ryan Tiller in 3rd place. I think there is some...
It's showing Ryan Tiller in the lead, but he was... Well, he's going to come back down and pit, obviously.
I think there might be a penalty in play here.
Let's just see how the running order shakes out. Obviously, and then Lawton beat Shorts off of pit road. Very interesting how all this just happened. Here, Tiller's going to get passed by all the lead lap cars. How did that happen? Beautiful looking car though, so I'm okay with it.
It's a Taco Bell.
Vintage Taco Bell. But yeah, see on your track map, he'd be on the lead lap if he can get out ahead, but he should be able to. That would put Samuel Demien, the first car, 1 lap down.
He's coming out.
Yeah, he'll get... I am not sure how that happened. To be completely honest with you at all. I'm a bit lost.
I'm not seeing him taking, there are no black flags cleared, so...
Well, a gift to Ryan Tiller, I guess.
Because he lived Moss.
He lived Moss, unless they're going to make him...
I'm going to tell you right now, it is physically impossible for Christopher Pender to finish 17th.
That's correct.
So your prediction is already wrong.
But I guess, because Ryan Tiller's going to the back of this field, so I guess he'll get the lucky dog. But then here's Tony Scarbo going around at speed. I don't know how that happened. I'll be 1,000% honest.
Tony Scarbo was given a manual wave around
Okay, but we're back to green.
Oh, wow.
So I wonder if that has something to do. We saw it last night. An
We'll see if
ARS, a
Ryan-
wave around not being given. But Ryan Tiller got a gift. Tony Scarbo deservedly back on the lead lap. He was the lucky dog. If you're Samuel Demien, Eric Shields, and Corey Blevins, you say, okay, we were a lap down anyways. Less competition for the lucky dog, I guess. So we expect it would go to the 21. He's got the cleanest car out of these three. And he showed the most speed in qualifying, but we'll see there. There goes 21.
Long off to his usual antics. Almost a second lead in fresh air. We'll see how long it takes Furness to start pulling him back in.
So this is going to be the thing that we wanted to talk about under caution, but we can't really get to it due to just general confusion on the order. It'll be interesting to see what Jonathan Schwartz and Chris Pinder and Adam Kilday do now that they were kind of pitted from a good track position standpoint, if they were going to be able to keep that. But yeah, it's a 1.3 second difference. Everyone pitted on the same caution, so no worries there about tires or fuel. Just kind of wondered how we got to the running order that we did.
Yeah, Schwartz is struggling right now. That car does not seem like it is handling whatsoever.
We saw him come to life on the longer run, back working that bottom side of the racetrack. I'll be honest, Corey Blevins has put up a heck of a fight with how broke that car is. He's actually going to take the lucky dog spot away from a perfectly good 21 machine. You could say the 21 definitely not happy with his race car. And Corey Blevins is keeping on.
Doing everything he can to use the force to wheel that Pepsi machine around.
Use the force, Corey. We have now been copyright striked, and we will be...
I will go to war with Disney. We will lose, but I'll go to war.
But Randy Arms got some right front damage. He's fighting back here after we get back to being on this stage. Nathaniel Landwehr, he's back into the third position, running a fantastic race in his limited starts this season.
Joshua Lund pulling out to 1.5 seconds ahead. Just casually built different.
But it's a close battle for second here. 82 to the 26, make that the 58.
Not only just a close battle for second, but Josh Lambert trying to make moves on Randy Arms too.
Absolutely.
Like all four of these guys, not to count out Schwartz, but we just don't have faith in his tire situation right now.
Got a quick reload of the textures in here. Saw something that Joseph Murata's throwback scheme hadn't loaded. So just want to reload it and see if we can get that on track for him. But it did change to 66. So yeah, trading paints. I know release week. Everything kind of got topsy-turvy there, but let's see if we can find Joseph Murata's paint scheme. Give him the due that he
said
deserves.
his didn't work.
Yeah, it still didn't, unfortunately, update after the refresh. I do apologize.
Yeah, no. In the picture he released to show it off, he said it didn't work. So
We'll be sure to give it its due on social media after the race is completed. Looking very well. Yeah, didn't. The 66 is updated. There's a battle now for third. Josh Lambert making moves on that low side of the racetrack. Schwartz is still in there. Then, wait, the 66 changed again. It updated to something else and then went back to the original. Let's do one more thing here and just see what's going on. Yeah, that's... alright.
I think it's good, brother.
Trading paints moment. Never know what's going on with it half the time. This is some good stuff, though, for the... This is good stuff, though, for that last spot on the podium as we are approaching halfway. Adam Kilday in danger of going another lap down. Ryan Tiller actually got around him. And then he would be in immediate danger as well. And then it would be all the way to Tony Scarbo. So Ryan Tiller and Adam Kilday in big danger here. Look at that. Look at the difference in speed. Oh my goodness. Last lap for Adam Kilday was a 16.8, and last lap for Joshua Lawton was a 16 flat, so 0.8 of a second. Huge difference at Bristol. So we've got 9 cars on the lead lap. Adam Kilday, first of those, a lap down. Let's go back to this battle for third.
And Schwartz is really still in it.
He never fell off of it. Just takes his car a little bit longer to come to life. Chris Pinder's still in the mix as well. He's doing a very nice job here on this run.
Mr. CMS Pins.
I'm very impressed, though, with Nathaniel Landwehr, though. Very, very impressed. He's currently 31st in points. Making his second start on the season. He's got a top 10 back at Daytona, and haven't seen him since. But he came out, and he's showing very good speed in that 66 machine.
Trying to follow it up with a top 5 and potential podium. He's definitely been, like, the third best car here tonight. Schwartz might have won the stage, but he's won a lot of stages on strategy, and he's got some insane strategy calls, and I love him for it.
Doesn't hurt that he's got at least top 5 speed. Side by side with Josh Lambert. Here for the Throwback 250.
Yeah.
They're putting on a nice show. Only 2 cautions and a stage break. Very clean. There's Ryan Tiller, who turns number 2.
Gonna be
into
fighting
3,
for his
and
life
there's
here in a second.
Joshua Lawton. You see on your track map, it's half of a straightaway, which is nothing here. About a second and a half, maybe. His only saving grace is that Tony Scarab was about 5 seconds ahead of him. So he'd have some time to be the only man 1 lap down, or the lucky dog candidate. Schwartz is fighting hard on that bottom side of the racetrack. Nathaniel Landwehr still pacing Randy Arms out in front. Chris Pinder right in the mix as well. Waiting if something happens. Can go to that high side, trying to get a run off. Closing on the 58. Very consistent run, though, thus far for the 24 machine.
Best battles on Trank still, 3 and 4 and 5 to 6, 5, 6, and 7, because Pinder's really gotten in here.
Ooh, that got tight off of turn number 2 there, between the 26 and the 58. You hear a little bit of rear tire sliding around just a bit on this 24. 58 has a great run, though. That time through 1 and 2. Battles for 3rd, 4th.
Ooh, Schwartz really wanted to come up and, claim that spot, but he just didn't have the room.
You see there?
Furness is actually closing in now. Oh, we're almost 3 wide front.
Navigating heavy lap traffic. There goes the 55 around Ryan Tiller. The lap traffic bringing John Furnass back into play as we near halfway.
Lawton at one point was 1.6 to 2 seconds ahead. Now it's down to, I believe, half a second.
Look at the lap time history. Lawton half a tenth, a tenth, a tenth, 2 tenths. And they were even on that last lap, so lap traffic definitely playing a factor. We'll see what it is when they get in clean air, but it still looks like John Furnass is just a little bit quicker. It's in the same camera shot for Carlink, separating them as we'll be at halfway next time by. 14 of Adam Kilday comes down to pit road, what I believe should be an unscheduled pit stop.
Their tires on it.
More tires and fuel, though, for Adam Kilday, so it might be just trying to get to the end from there. Potentially a little bit of a short pit, but heavy traffic right in front of our leaders. Look how close this 55 gets to the wall on the exit of turn number 4.
Ooh, there's a gaggle of cars directly in front of our leader right now.
He's going to go from top to bottom. Not his preferred lane. Murata gets out of the way of the leader. He's trying to make a move on Corey Blevins, but saw that 1 and 2 were right behind him. But here's John Furnass. Nothing separating these two.
Furnass using this to his, like,
using this lap
get
traffic
closer
to close the gap. Right ahead of them, Tony Scarbo in 8th position. 82 trying to use him as a pick. Oh, and he had to back out of it. It almost worked perfectly.
Be grateful.
It almost worked perfectly for John Furnass. Used the 29 as a pick and just backed out of it at the last second.
I mean, Furnass was well within his rights if he wanted to hold his line and just let Lawton turn himself, but he backed out of it. Good man.
Yeah, still got a long way to go. Just hit halfway. Next up, it's Chris Pender. He's got a couple of laps so he can go worry-free. First man 1 lap down is Tony Scarbo, 1.2 seconds ahead of Ryan Tiller. The battle for the lead remains. The battle for third still there. Jonathan Schwartz was able to get around Josh Lambert and all of that, and he's pulling away. See the 82 starting to wrap that middle, though. Getting a good run.
He's taking a peek.
From center off. Just going a lane lower, trying to get clean air on that nose. And just center off. That 82 machine is working very nicely. If he can get alongside of him and get clear, I think he'd have the advantage. We're approaching Wayne Ruprecht, the 71. What will they do when they get there? He's running the top. They're going to have to go to the bottom. Almost a bump and run there. They catch him in a favorable part of the racetrack. 55 goes way high, 82 low. Got a nose out in front. This could be what he needs.
He might have to get up there and get him uncomfortable, but
just got to keep his nose in there as they enter the corner. Not letting the 55 get that arc that he wants. He did it that time by. Through 3 and 4. Ever so tight. A lot of respect between these two. You would have turned me about 20 laps ago.
Oh, yeah. I wouldn't have been in this race after about 20 laps. I am not a short track driver.
Another battle here. First and second going at it. Third and fourth going at it. Randy Arms has been so aggressive on corner entry. Kind of the opposite to the 82 machine. Because these guys are still keeping up a tremendous pace. Joseph Murata got a good amount of damage fixed, but still obviously some battle scars from that early incident. He was able to pick up a spot on Wayne Ruprecht. Battle for the lead still rages. Battle for third still rages. This is going to bring Jonathan Schwartz into the party.
Ooh, Randy Arms looked a little loose there down the front stretch.
He'll drop back to 2.5 tenths, and he'll have to regather himself. John Furnass might have burned up his stuff just a little bit. Falling back
he's just
by about
setting him up. Just going to use another 50 laps to set him up.
Just let him know you're there. I mean, you still have over 100 laps to go. It's Bristol, baby. It's the last great Coliseum. It's Thunder Valley. You got to maintain your composure each and every lap. No time to rest in between laps. Got to always be focused. The true test of driver skill and ability, racecraft. They've lapped up to 7th. Pinder will be in danger of going a lap down here in the next 2 to 3 laps. These guys are putting up a tremendous pace.
I think there's a chance that there might be 2 drivers on the lead lap come the end of tonight.
Take a look at Jonathan Schwartz. Going to get that run off the high side, though. Change the position for 4th. And Josh Lambert is in for his final stop of the night. So now we're seeing, I think, what would be more scheduled stops. You can see battles all over this sold-out racetrack. We'll see if Nathaniel Landwehr will be able to hold off Jonathan Schwartz over the course of this long run. He's up 8 spots, as is Chris Pinder. But nevertheless, 3rd or 4th, or maybe even 5th for this 66 machine. A great result in his return to on-track action. Gets a little tight there between him and Tony Scarbo, but they keep it clean.
Yeah, those scares going to give a little bit to Schwartz to be able to get that much closer.
82 still trying to set up this 55.
He's on his inside.
That 55 with that run on the high side of the racetrack. Very consistent. 100 laps to go once we come around and hit the stripe.
Another 5 minutes, right?
What?
I said it's just another 5 minutes, right? 100 laps. These laps have flown by. People said it was going to be a long race, and
let's take a look here at Ryan Tiller actually continuing his charge around the outside of Chris Pinder while all that was going on. Josh Lambert came out of the pits, and he was able to get around Travis DeLeon on those fresh tires. '71 of Wayne Ruprecht. Ooh, that got tight. Contact was made. You think of all those years ago, the nationwide race, Kyle Busch and whoever it was blew a tire right in front of him. And that could have changed the whole complexion of this race.
Oh, that would have been a
defining moment. They have lapped up to 6th, though. Randy Arms about half a track ahead. Only 5 cars on the lead lap, not from any incidents, just the pure speed of Joshua Lawton.
And that'll happen at a short track. You know, just the smallest amount of difference in speed. There's not a lot of ground to cover. If you're a 10th off, it's only going to take a little while for them to get around to get you.
Yeah, it's a shame that Lawton's only made, this is his 4th start on the season. Got a top 5, and one of them was on for a top 5 at Dover before missing pit road.
Will forever be one of my favorite calls, he left.
Right now looking for his first win of the season. Started on pole. That's half the battle. Now he's halfway through the race. It's about what? 65% complete? 70%?
Enough percent?
Wayne Ruprecht is in. Nathaniel Landwehr. Randy Arms back into the 4th position. Let's take a look at what happened. Schwartz just got a little loose out of turn number 4 and gave the spot back right back to that 8 machine. 8 machine with a renewed charge. Still trying to get that 3rd spot away. Look at that dive down to the inside.
Josh Lambert charging through the field now with fresh tires. Ooh, bake send on the number 1 machine of Eric Shields by Lawton. Contact made.
Trying to get around. Randy Arms is in. for his final stop. We'll see what Landwehr and Shorts try and do. Josh Lambert back into the top 10 with a move on Corey Blevins there. I just love a good throwback night, though.
I do as well. I love seeing old paint schemes.
Tony Scarbo in for his final stop.
Although it is kind of funny to be broadcasting and being with a bunch of dudes who are well past my senior and them rocking stuff from way before I was born.
Yeah. I don't know what it looks like, so it was before my time. Clearly.
Hey, man. Throwback night can become a history lesson real fast.
Indeed it can. Randy Arms out without any trouble. Tony Scarbo, he's spending a little bit longer than he would have wanted. 19 seconds on pit road. He's going to lose a lot of time, considering it's a 16-second lap time. Travis Daly on, staying out of the way of the leader. As is Corey Blevins. Furnas dropped back to about 4 car lengths here. Ryan Tiller in for his final stop. Your top 6 still out on the racetrack. Nathaniel Landwehr not responding to the pit stop from Randy Arms. Neither is Jonathan Schwartz. Running mid to high 16s. Here comes Nathaniel Landwehr. Randy Arms is running 15.4, so this spot should come comfortably to Randy Arms. Got some decently clean racetrack ahead of him. They got the full pit road, though. Have to go through both. Same for everybody.
I've got to say, this is probably my least favorite configuration of iRacing. Like,
I don't know where I'm pitting half the time. I can't figure it out. Closest battle on the track right now, Samuel Demien and Chris Pinder. Currently the battle for 4th, but neither of these guys have pitted yet. A little bit of right side damage picked up during the course of this run for the 24. As John Furnas now dropped back to about 1/10 of a second.
oh, and he comes in.
Everything
It seemed like it was a late decision there.
I don't want to give away your hand. We'll slide into the pits. Lawton.
Ooh, Schwartz also pretty late to commit.
We expect, yeah.
Big slug.
55 of Joshua Lawton will respond this lap. Doesn't give him any time. John Furnas, that is, to make up time on the undercut.
I have 5 ads.
I'm so sorry. We'll fix it after this. But yeah, they're both making their way around at 40 miles an hour. 35, I believe, excuse me. John Furnas.
Furnas coming out as Lawton comes in.
They have to exit only on one pit, but they have to enter through both. Let's see what this is. As Pinder will stay out and lead a lap, but we'll see where Furnas comes out. You can see on your track map. He'll actually get ahead of him. And by a decent margin. So that's all on pit entry there. Made up 3 seconds. And Randy Arms on those fresh tires also jumped him. Only a second back, but on 10-lap older tires. A strategy call in favor of John Furnas. They're on the same tire. So now he's just got to manage a 3.5-second gap. Corey Blevins and Samuel Demien completing their final stops.
Pinder coming in to whiz.
Yeah, Nathaniel Landwehr was able to pull out a 3-second gap to Jonathan Schwartz, but they were both jumped by Randy Arms anyways. They do have slightly fresher tires. Just waiting on Josh Lambert, who, if you remember, pitted on lap 144, well before these guys. Let's see what kind of tire life he's got left in that 26 machine.
He's only got about 3 seconds to Furnace, so.
His last lap was a 16:08. Last lap for John Furnace, a 15.33. So I imagine no contest once the 82 catches him. And this will definitely spread out the field just a little bit. We'll wait to see if Lawton has anything for John Furnace.
First, he'll have to have something for Randy. Putting on a heck of a show with a little bit of damage on the front of that car.
But we expect the 55 on 11-lap fresher tires. With a perfectly clean race car should be able to clear.
I'm just saying, I wouldn't go down without a scrap.
Furnace taking for the lead on the high side. No contest. Give it to the 82 of John Furnace. Lambert's doing the best he can on an alternate strategy. It might pick him up some spots in the long run against some of the guys he was racing for.
Yeah, he's got 10 seconds back to Landwehr's awards.
If he can just nurse these tires, come out of here with an easy top 10.
The battle's heating up now for what will be second place when they catch up to him. Randy Arms and Lawton. They're getting stuck behind Kilday.
The 55 going to use that 14 as a pick. Jonathan Short's able to get around Nathaniel Landwehr. So Short's actually came alive on the short run here. 66 fighting back. But Travis De Leon getting used as a pick, and that's what gave that position away. Let's take a look at what Lawton did using the 14 of Adam Kilday as a pick. Obviously, the 14 has to pick top or bottom, and he just happened to pick top. Teammates passing each other here. 24 and the 12. It's got to feel good if you're passing your teammate.
Hold it down, Lambert, and he's giving up second spot. There's just not a lot you can do about that one.
30-lap difference on tires. We saw what it did for Schwartz. Now the gap, despite all that, still remains at 3.5 seconds between John Furnace and Joshua Lawton. Just a flip-flop from qualifying. Look at the speed difference there. Adam Kilday is in for his final stop. Approaching 50 to go.
And should this somehow be the order when it comes to the checkered flag, I'll pick the right driver. We picked the starting row, and I picked Furnace.
Yes, you did. Closest battle on track right now, Samuel Demien, who actually will be pulling away from this 29 machine on fresher tires. And Randy Arms and Josh Lambert, same exact story, much fresher tires on that 8 machine. A good call from Randy, though, could give himself up ahead of Jonathan Schwartz and Nathaniel Landwehr, so that's going to be an easy 2 spots he picked up there, if he's able to hold on. 60 laps to go next time by. He has a 10-lap tire difference between that 58 and the 66, so let's see if they can come back to him later in the run.
He's running right there on times with him. About a 10th of a difference, but
15.9,
barely.
15.8 for Schwartz, not going to be enough. And Nathaniel Landwehr really lost out on that cycle. He's still kind of battling lap traffic here. Down in the 6th position.
I think he's potentially he's a threat to go a lap down as Furnace pops up right behind him.
He's actually battling with Corey Blevins, so this set of tires not agreeing with that 66 machine. Pinder on fresher tires is going to be trying to get by. He's got a couple laps newer than Corey Blevins, so this is very interesting. But still, nevertheless, a good run for the 66, but he would have wanted to complete that podium spot, I'm sure. Furnace in heavy traffic now. This could be what Lawton needs to get back into this.
I think we'll be seeing
Oh, 3 wide at Bristol.
Ooh!
Worked out. Lawton only able to gain a couple of tenths from all of this, though. As Landwehr fighting for everything that he's got to be that last car on the lead lap. Maybe fighting too much. Almost puts it into the wall.
He's trying to be the last car off. Like, he wants it.
Maybe he was saving tires for this exact moment, but this 82 going to be held up. If he can't get around the 66,
oh,
going to be contact made! Hang on to it, John Furnass. Nothing malicious, just a guy fighting for the lucky dog.
Not even fighting for the lucky dog, fighting to keep his lap.
How much damage do these drivers have? Now he's clear, but he lost a second. Gap now down to 2 seconds. Way to keep it straight. It would have been a heartbreaker for Furnass.
I mean, it still might be, depending on what that damage does to his car.
Crazy.
But Lawton's got to get through the same amount of traffic.
It's under 2 seconds now.
Although the sad part is, with Furnass being the first one through, Landwehr's not going to have to put up as much of a fight on Lawton.
Obviously nothing intentional there, but you do see the right side damage. Right, rear damage to that 82 machine. Landwehr, obviously nothing intentional, just trying to stay on the lead lap.
We're 3 wide again. Blevins, Tiller, and Lawton almost, actually. Woo-wee. Cars all over the place around here.
Take a look at what happened here. Is Jonathan Schwartz on those newer tires, gets around the 26 machine. Samuel Demien trying to get around Ryan Tiller. He's got the fresher tires to do so.
There is a chance that John Furnass laps up to 3rd place. I think it's likely he's probably going to get 5th. I think he's definitely going to get 5th. Might get 4th. And he might get 3rd.
Let's take a look at your lap time history between your top 2. After that incident with Nathaniel Landwehr, John Furnass now extending the gap back out to 2.5 seconds. You can see that the last 5 laps he's been...
Did Lawton just have contact with Pinder?
It looked like he was stuck behind him, but these last 5 laps he's been about a half a tenth to a tenth quicker. That time by a 10.5 quicker. Not what Lawton needs to get back up to the front.
Wow, I can't... You didn't say anything about that. Pinder hit the wall and almost... Like, he got into the back of Lawton and almost took him around.
Daniel Demien on those fresh tires on his teammate. 21 and 23. A little loose there on entry, but just powered it up and kept going. Lawton still fighting heavy lap traffic. Eric Shields still hanging on in 11th with no rear bumper at all.
And give a big shout out to some of the drivers who have, well, actually, all but one driver has stuck around, even being laps down. I believe Leon's the only one who called it quits.
Yes, 15 cars still on the racetrack. 5 are on the lead lap.
4.
As Lambert was just lapped a couple of laps ago, actually, excuse me.
And Furnass is about to get shorts.
It just goes to show you the speed that he's carrying. A 16.10 last lap for John Furnass, a 16.3 for Joshua Lawton, and even down to 3rd place, Randy Arms is a 16.5,
and he's
Jonathan
only a straightaway
Schwartz
ahead.
Was a 16.3. So multiple tenths quicker than his competitors. Furnass turned it on the long run. We thought at least the first half of the race this would be Joshua Lawton's race to lose, but it has come alive here for the 82 machine. Corey Blevins making a move here for the 11th position. still continuing to battle for every possible point. As the lap traffic, I know we had that incident with Landwehr and Furnace, but it has been mostly respectful. Even that was just an unintentional, you know, just barely ran out of real estate. Your biggest mover is Jonathan Schwartz, who's up 8 positions. Next would be Chris Pinder, who's running in the top 10. Joseph Murata being involved in our first caution of the night, running 13th. He had a back bumper at one point, and that's eventually fallen off.
Isn't that the same for Corey Blevins, who had a front bumper and now doesn't have one?
No, he never had one since that second caution. But he's running in the 11th position. Looking like an outside chance at a top 10, but you never know. Inside of 50 to go, anything can happen. Concentration can lapse. Here comes Adam Kilday up into the outside wall. Just like we said, anything can happen. He was on much fresher tire and had a much cleaner car, but he's trying to find a way around Murata. For the 13th position, catches the wall again. In that 14.
He is just fighting that car.
Came in on lap 180, 20 lap fresher tires than Murata directly ahead, but fighting a tight handling race car right now.
Furnace on the back of Schwartz. Can be up to 4th place if he gets around him.
Obviously, Jonathan Schwartz, your stage 1 winner through some great tire strategy calls. Now finds himself a lap down, but he's in the 4th position. Again, this is just great speed from the 82 machine. Also, from the 55, put a lot of these guys a lap down originally.
And he's still fighting for a podium. He is pulling up on arms. And like they both might be a lap down.
So, just wanted to reiterate, this was, in fact, a great strategy call from Josh Lambert, who was running down just inside and outside of the top 10 most of the night. Now he's battling Nathaniel Landwehr for the last spot in the top 5 with 25 laps to go. Even if Landwehr gets around him, he's got 15 seconds to Samuel Demian.
Landwehr's also lost his front bumper recently.
That definitely could be an explanation for his lack of pace in this final stint. Adam Kilday giving it another go, though. Trying to get around that 5. Heavy lap traffic. Guys on different laps, different strategies, trying to find a way to the bottom. Corey Blevins kind of just caught in the middle here between 2 guys fighting for 13th. 14 will try and roll the bottom, but he's been pretty tight. We'll see if he's got a way to get around to 13 and then set off finally after Murata. 13 will give it to him. He'll try and get that 13th position. Yeah, Lambert, I mean, he's might end up coming out with the top 5. 23 laps to go. Landwehr had got up to 0.4 of a second, but started to drift back. There's Randy Arms in danger of going a lap down as well. See there's the 82 lapping Eric Shields.
Just a dominating performance between Furnace and Lawton. And Furnace just potentially coming out on top. Laps to go. That's what you were going to say.
Yep. Nothing separating these guys. 3 car lengths. This is the 3rd position in danger of going a lap down. It's a tale of 2 halves. First half dominated by Joshua Lott, and second half dominated by John Furnace. Okay, Nathaniel Landwehr now a second back. Adam Kilday still trying to find a way around Joseph Murata, but Corey Blevins still in the mix as well. Not for position, but not giving the 14 many options to find a way around. And there goes the 82 to the inside. We'll see how hard Randy Arms wants to fight. Still a chance at a caution. He would be the lucky dog candidate, obviously. Lawton will be safe, especially racing for position here, as hard as these guys are. 4 cars under a blanket at Bristol. It just takes a second of lapse of concentration, and we could have a restart inside of 10 laps to go here. Corey Blevins getting the hurry up.
And they're all getting caught right now by Arms and Furnace.
And look at this. This is exactly what we were talking about. This is worst case scenario for your race leaders here. Wayne Ruprecht, Corey Blevins, Chris Pinder, Joseph Murata, Adam Kilday. And how do you get through this traffic?
There's 7 cars under a blanket, and we're about to be 3 possibly.
Oh,
they
what?
Almost...
There was no reason to do that if you're John Furnace. Oh, he's just going for it.
Oh, and he's doing it again.
Oh, it's going to be checkup. Murata just puts it in the wall. That'll allow Kilday to get through. And it's off for the meantime. My goodness. With 13 laps to go, John Furnace really just risked it all. The 8 bounces off the apron. Murata trying to get back at Kilday now.
Another one trying to come through this is going to be Schwartz.
And Schwartz trying to catch Randy Arms. Gap 1.3 seconds. He's got the fresher tires than Arms. Split it 3 wide. Oh, just enough room.
Oh, we've been 3s so many times around here.
We said it at least 3 times tonight, which is 3 more times than I thought we would. But everything seems to have calmed down now. Nathaniel Landwehr running the loneliest race now in 6th. Josh Lambert with an all-time strategy call, though. He'll end up in this 5th position. He's got 3 seconds in front of him. 3 seconds behind him.
All right, where's the debris caution? I know there are a bunch of fenders out there on the track right now.
Yeah. These guys putting on a clinic in clean driving, only 2 cautions and 1 stage break over the course of 250 laps. The closest on-track battle for position is Joseph Murata trying to get back to Adam Kilday, but on older tires, don't think he'll be able to. Lawton working his way through the lap traffic. Wayne Ruprecht is in. Not in danger of losing a position behind as Travis De Leon is out of the race. Chris Pinder, he's up 4 spots, looking like he's going to get a top 10. Well deserved for being caught up in the first wreck of the night. Ryan Tiller hates this racetrack, he said in our pre-race chat, but he's picked up 1 spot. He'll finish 8th. Nathaniel Landwehr was running in the podium for most of the night. He'll finish 6th, though, in his return to on-track action. Great result overall.
Oh, and Wayne's actually going to pull it out on track. He's still
just going to finish the last 5 laps, might as well. John Furnace started 2nd, will finish 1st. Joshua Lawton continuing to show great speed in his limited starts this season. Came up just a little bit short here tonight. Would have been interested to see what would have happened if he would have pitted first from the lead. We know Furnace undercut him by 1 lap and had a way better pit entry. Because right now they're pretty much running the similar lap times, 10th here, 10th there, but just would have been curious to see what would have happened if the shoe was on the other foot. Through the eyes of these wonderful fans here at a sold-out crowd at Bristol Motor Speedway. 2 laps to go for John Furnace. Just needs to make it around about 12 seconds to make this race official. And get back to his winning ways. Through 3 and 4. Coming to the stripe, white flag. Race is official. No traffic ahead of him, no threat from behind. Missed a couple of weeks, came back last week. Very consistent speed as always, but through 3 and 4 for the final time. John Furnace, your winner here on Throwback Night.
What a dominating performance.
So Lott will take second. That is your new lap cars. Everyone else has already finished. That was something else. The big mover ended up being Jonathan Schwartz. Up 8 positions. Chris Pinder picked up 4 to get in top 10. Nathaniel Landwehr, solid 6th place in his return to on-track action without a front clip at the end of it. But a very good-looking field, a very clean race. Thoroughly enjoyed that one.
You get Furness already in waiting for interview.
Might as well go pull him in here. John Furnass, quick on track, quick to get in our waiting room, but just quick overall here tonight. A dominating second half performance. Came out after that final green flag pit stop and never looked back. Had a couple of hairy moments with lap traffic, but other than that, a calm, cool, collected win here tonight on Throwback Night.
Yeah, it may have looked calm, but it was anything but. I mean, every lap here is you try to be calm as you can, but it's a lot. I'm a little bit worn out after that last green flag run. Ready for the caution break here or the end of the race, but that was a lot of fun. It's
Yep.
really hard to pass. I mean, I was I was running there with Joshua for quite a while, and I felt like after 30, 40 laps, I could maybe get around him or get back to him, but there was no pass, and I tried a few times with some lap traffic, and then I just decided that I was gonna have to pit before he did, so I tried to wait as long as I possibly could, and got in a lap before him, made a real good entry to pit road there, and came out first, and that's pretty much how we won it. So
Yeah, you guys have been racing so close all season. He would be really good on that short run, would kind of launch off, get out to maybe a second and a half. You would run him down on that long run, and then with you guys being so similarly paced, like you said, hard to pass, at least for those top 2 positions, and you would kind of just follow him around. He would just stick to that high line, get the run off, kind of keep you pinched. But that pit stop, you pitted a lap earlier, and with the full pit road configuration, not able to really take advantage of the undercut. But it was all about getting onto pit road, like you said, and you able to do that really good. Pulled 3 seconds on them, and then it ended up being a 4-second gap. So like you said, very similar times. Just kind of where you caught lap traffic would be the only factor once you came off pit road. But with 13 laps to go, you risked it all, went 3 wide, and came out ahead of that, and that was all she wrote.
yeah, definitely got a little hairy there at the end. I just had a good lead, and I knew if I didn't get through there, I mean, you got to go. It's I don't like making it 3 wide on guys ever, really. That's just not my style. But I mean, if I was to ride behind that, they were like double wide, 3 cars deep. And if I would have rode behind that for 3, 4 laps, I mean, he would have been right on my bumper.
Absolutely.
So I didn't want to risk it. So I had to kind of force the issue a little bit at the end there, and it was tough, but made my heart rate rise a little bit, so that was fun. But yeah, all in all, good night. I love running these short tracks here. Just want to thank you guys for doing the broadcast and the league admins for giving us a place to run tonight. Really appreciate everybody for doing what they do and coming out and racing hard, and had a lot of fun.
Absolutely, very clean race for Bristol. Was a pleasure to watch y'all, and y'all did a very nice job. Got breaking news as well in the booth. The 13 machine, Art, you'll love hearing this. Corey Blevins won best throwback of the race.
Let's go.
So yeah, y'all were a good looking field tonight. Very, very much enjoyed that. Congratulations on the win.
Thanks, appreciate it, guys.
Here with your second place finisher this evening, Joshua Lawton, who started on pole and did so well in that first half, just kind of holding off the threat from John Furnass, and then kind of a tale of 2 halves of the race after that last green flag pit stop on lap 170. Just couldn't get back to him. He had a really good entrance to pit road. Closed the gap a couple times when he caught in lap traffic, but you guys were so similar over that long run that once that pit stop gap, it was kind of hard to close up to him. But nevertheless, a great second place for you tonight.
Yeah, wish it would have been a win, but I probably should have practiced green flag pit stops. Just babied it there, and that was the difference. I just looked at how much he beat me by, and it was like over 2 seconds. So, and then lap cars weren't doing me any favors. Some of them need situational awareness, but came home second. Wish it was a win, but sometimes just doesn't work out for you.
Absolutely. Nevertheless, I mean, you were looking really, really strong. Obviously, just that green flag pit stop coming out ahead, and probably would have been the same result, just holding off the pressure. But obviously, in limited starts this year, I think this was your fourth or fifth, 2 top 5. So obviously, now you got great speed, and you would have showed it on display again here tonight.
Yeah, I mean we've been fast. Just need a little luck on our side, and it just hasn't been there. So unfortunate, but we'll go back to the drawing board and try again.
Absolutely. Before we let you go, anyone you want to shout out or say hi to for the broadcast?
I just thank everyone at Lightspeed Racing League, the men's for putting this on, you guys for the broadcast, and all the guys at P2 Motorsports for supporting me.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations on a hard-fought second place tonight.
All right, thank you guys.
Let's go ahead and pull third place Randy Arms right where he started. Randy Arms, you got the YG Media booth. Got a copy? Well, you were the first one to make that bottom line useful. You were going at it hard early on in the race. It wasn't paying off. Fell back a little bit, but you stuck to your guns. Were continuing to make moves and ended up getting back to that third spot in a very hard fought race for the 8 team tonight.
Yeah, it was a pretty interesting race for us. I actually lost all sound about lap 10 and ran until that first caution with, or say, 0 sound. So that was exciting. Then then had the incident there with the 13 after the restart. But then just finally got kind of in a groove and just slowly worked my way up to the front. I pitted early there on the green flag stop, kind of jumped ahead a couple cars and was able to hold them off. So all in all, after everything that went on, we'll definitely take a third place, even though we was a lap down.
Yeah, I mean, not for lack of speed, just kind of just how quick Lawton and Furnace were. Obviously, you guys were in a pretty good heated battle there. You, Nathaniel Landwehr, and Schwartz, you guys were going at each other all night. And then that short pit, 10 laps before him, got out ahead like 3 or 4 seconds. You were just able to hold him off.
Yeah, I would have liked to have had a caution there after I got up to third or fourth, just to see what I could have done with those guys up front. I don't think I could have stayed with them, but I never really had a good shot to judge myself with them. But I'm usually not the greatest here, so to be able to come home third and in one piece, so we'll take it.
Absolutely. Building some solid momentum as we get ready to head towards the playoffs next week after Texas.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Well, before we let you go, as always, anyone you want to shout out or say hi to?
Hey, yeah, just want to thank everybody in the league that came out, had their all their points. It's cool to see a bunch of the throwbacks. So I just want to thank everyone that participated in that, and just thank you guys for putting on the broadcast. Can't wait to go back and watch it tomorrow.
Absolutely, yeah. It was a great looking field under the lights here at Bristol Motor Speedway. Congratulations on a well-earned third place.
Yep.
Upper rating like at the end of the race.
Got a raid during the interview process. Brutal. But we appreciate it, guys. Hopefully you had a good broadcast or whatever you guys are up to this evening. Just got done with our throwback night here for the LSRL guys.
I believe theirs was OSRL.
Ooh, it's always a good time. Arca cars. Let's go talk to Joseph Murata. See what his thoughts were on throwback night.
Be very funny if I was wrong though.
Interesting. Joseph Murata, you got a copy? Don't think so. We'll check back with him a little bit later. Here with the CMS gang of only one tonight. Big stark difference from last night. But Chris Pinder, top 10. Up 4 spots for the second biggest mover. Yeah, how we doing tonight?
I'm pretty good.
Yeah. It's a hard-fought race. Got up in that, I believe it was the first or second caution. We only had 2, so I think it was the first one,
I just had nowhere to go.
Yeah, they happened right in front of you.
I pit that lap, and then what did I do? got the damage fixed, and then there was a caution right after, so I threw 4 tires on and just passed everyone. It was awesome.
Yeah. Stayed out of the chaos that was that second caution. Kept the car mostly in one piece, so guys at the shop will be happy about that.
They could pay good money. They could fix it.
Yeah, just some cosmetic damage, I think, to the right side. But yeah, we took some strategy as well after that second caution. You were charging through the field there towards the end of that first stage as well.
Yeah, I think I finished 3rd in that stage. It was a good run.
Yes, it was. So 3rd place stage points.
Now, did everybody else split that last, like, after the stage break in 2 or in half?
They did it in half. Leader pitted on 170. Second place was 171. A couple guys short.
175, and I felt like I was just standing still.
A couple guys pitted early. Like a lot of guys did it a little earlier. Josh Lambert did 144 and was able to hold on. Scarabo was like 159. So a couple different strategies there towards the end. But
I think that short pit was the right move, because then once I got stuck behind them, they're too wide racing. I had nowhere to go.
right. And then you kind of saw there at the end, John Furnass. He was a part of that. You guys were having a fun little battle there, and he showed
We
up
were
on the
battling,
scene.
and all of a sudden I looked at the leaders there. I'm like, oh shit!
Yeah, everyone's 3 wide. Nowhere to go. But y'all made it through, so that was probably.
I felt bad for him.
Yeah, I was like, there's 12 laps to go, and he has to send it.
And like none of us were racing for position, just
Right.
for a good time.
You're just all sitting there stuck together. No one can go anywhere. But it was a good night. Passed, I think, like the second most cars tonight. Kept the car mostly in one piece. Highest, actually Lawton was Toyota, but second highest finishing Toyota driver. So yeah, it was a good night for your half.
Yeah, it was probably one of the most fun Bristol races I've ever done. So
It was thoroughly enjoyable up in the booth.
yeah,
I mean,
cool.
I know Furnass said there wasn't a lot of passing, but you guys in the back were trading paint back and forth.
I don't know
all
what
over.
Furnace talked about. He passed the whole field 15 times. So
He was specifically talking about he couldn't get around Lawton. Those two were pretty much stuck together until that last pit stop.
yeah, they
like
got some
it.
speed.
Yes, they do.
I couldn't go by a lot with fresh tires there in that first stage.
Yeah,
so.
I know. It's crazy.
Yeah, a lot of fun.
It was looking good as always under the lights. Good throwback scheme and all that. Always good. Always a good time.
All right, boys. Well, I guess I'll see you next Monday.
Yeah, we'll see you next Monday. Looking forward to it.
Take care.
Yep, you too.
What was even? Oh,
How we got the rest of Speed Zone Esports. Ryan Tiller, you stayed on the ground tonight.
We did not get a chance to use our astronaut certificate that we got yesterday, so I didn't want to get motion sickness twice in a row.
Right.
Feel like supper needed to stay down tonight. So
Yeah. There you go. Had a great looking Taco Bell scheme. So
thank you.
a solid throwback night.
From my understanding, it is I got second place in the voting. So I know
It could have gone either way. Corey Blevins brought a heck of a piece, though.
I mean, anytime you bring a Jeff Gordon classic
Right.
Star Wars game to the track, you expect to lose. So
Right. No shame in second place tonight, though.
correct. At least in something, right?
Hey, I mean, you
No.
said you hate the racetrack. Came out of here with an 8th place. I mean, Michael Davis
yeah.
wasn't here tonight, so you getting yourself set up for a pretty good shot at making the playoffs as well.
Yeah. Just trying to get as many points as we can when we can, however we can.
Yeah.
So
Talk to Jonathan Schwartz about that, because he's about the expert of making the right call for tire strategy to win a stage. I mean, he does it almost every week, it seems.
I mean, you can make tire strategy. You just got to have the speed to do it, and he's
Right.
got it for
Yeah.
sure.
But
Hey, when you don't got the speed to win the race, you got to get those stage points.
yeah, it's always so fun. It's like, hey, everyone else, oh, there goes Schwartz. Flying by everybody, one stage. Still good speed though. Came home 4th, but it's always fun to watch you just fly by everybody. Yeah, it's like, oh, there he goes. Don't even have to look at him. He won the stage. 3.5 seconds or whatever it was.
oh shit.
But I'd say overall a very strong night for you guys, like as usual.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not too bad.
Yeah. How we liking our?
I think we're all pretty dizzy just after 250 consecutive.
Yeah,
I mean,
y'all went. I think what was it, 80 to the end, right? Yeah, no
Yeah.
cautions after
It
the
could
stage.
definitely be worse. It could be Darlington red and white around this small track like that for 250
Oh,
laps.
jeez.
Yeah, it messes with your eyes a little bit.
It
So.
starts to go a little loopy, but yeah, y'all did a good job. Cars were mostly in one piece, so boys back to the shop will
Well-
be Yeah.
Maybe not Eric, but
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
gonna
not
say.
me.
Yeah.
A bit of a wrecking ball tonight.
Yeah. Still finished 12th. I mean, it could have been. It could have been worse.
Yeah, that's true.
But car looked good. Love the baby Ruth though.
Oh, thanks. Yeah. I saw on Twitter today, 31 years ago, Jeff Gordon won his
Yeah, I
first
saw. I love
NASCAR
the,
race.
I love the reasoning for that. That's pretty cool. But we go to Texas next week. Final race of the regular season. How are we feeling about Texas?
I don't
Not as
like
good as I felt about Bristol.
Yeah.
I feel a little bit more confidence in Bristol for sure.
No, I'm not a fan.
If y'all can make Texas interesting, you will have done it all. So we'll see. But
Well, we'll try.
yeah,
It's a pretty tall task.
yeah, y'all put on a good show tonight, though. So I have no
Thank
doubt
you.
y'all will next week.
Thanks, guys.
Yep, looking forward to it, fellas.
All right.
Yep.
Have a good one.
You too. Do we have Joseph Murata in the booth? Aw.
Don't believe so.
All right, well, let's go ahead and wrap it up then. All right, final thoughts on the race.
Give you my words of the race and say domination. Those front two really just kind of showed that they might have been in their league of their own.
Yeah, normally Randy Arms is closer, as is Schwartz. Usually have a
I
nice-
believe Glenn Murphy Jr. probably would have put up a good.
Didn't have our usual suspects up there tonight. But first half dominated by Joshua Lott, and second half dominated by John Furnass. And you heard there that green flag pit stop. He said, "I babied it." He fully admitted, like, that's what the difference was. So, got to be good in all aspects. But 2 cautions, stage break, strategy. They had it all. These boys put on a heck of a show every Tuesday night. And look forward to the regular season finale next week at Texas. We'll be back here live Friday night, 7:50 Eastern Standard Time for the Rod Car Truck Tour. They got 3 races left for their championship. And then next Monday night, we start our West Coast swing for the Affinity Racing Series, presented by Matt Liveries. So going to be an exciting time there as we are still in the very beginning stages of the ARS League. So be sure to tune in for all that. And don't want to miss a second of the on-track action. Be sure to hit that follow button. Y'all take care, and we will see you back here Friday night, 8 o'clock.